Now, how I would normally do this is I will have all 3 weapons that he can equip: the armor, shield, helmet, and accessories. And then the rest will be filled with healing items or whatever I need. I know it's, very limiting, but you can have up to 4 characters in battle, so it becomes helpful. Plus, you can be more strategic if you do it this way. How to explain the weapons a little bit. As you can see next to them, there's a number, in which case is 0. After a certain amount of battles, I'll start getting skill points, which I can put into whatever equipment, or whatever weapon or ability, whatever. And once I reach a certain point, I'll learn a new ability for that class. For example, swords. After a certain point, I'll become more proficient with swords, and I'll be able to deal more damage with them, or spears, boomerangs, and so on. How I'm going to do it, though, is I'm going to pick 2 weapons and their special ability, which in this case is courage for him. So he's going to be very proficient at swords and spears, as well as he learns spells through his courage. And once they get to 100, which is the maximum amount of points possible, I'll start putting them into the other 2 abilities. As for Yangus here, I'm going to do Scythes, Humanity, and Axes, maybe? I'll think about that later. Anyway, we also have a bag, which is where everything else goes to when we can't equip them put them into a person. Now, the bag isn't infinite, but you can put a lot of stuff into it. Alright. Now, one of the reasons why I love this game so much is it's one of the few games released after 2000 that actually has a free roam map. Most games nowadays don't have that function. Let's do a little roam around so I can show you some stuff. Over here. Where is it? There it is. Seeds increase stats permanently. In this case, the seed of defense will increase my defense. So let's give that to Masamune. It goes from a rank of 1 to 4, or maybe 5. So if you don't like it, load up the game again, or preferably save before using them. And if you don't like the result you get, just reload the game. Speaking of saving, I'll show you how to do that. Now, this game is very religiously based. It's not Christianity or anything like that, although they do have a lot of references to Christianity. But you have to save at churches or priests. Okay. Divination, they will, as you probably saw in the stats, I don't have an EXP gauge. I don't know how much EXP I have. The only way to figure it out is if I talk to a priest, or nun in this case, to get divination. This will allow me to know exactly how much more EXP I have left. I'll show you. So I need 15 more experience points, and 13 for him, and then he'll level up. There's also no resurrection items like Phoenix Down in this game. There is a resurrection spell, but you get that later in the game. So the only way to resurrect fallen characters is through coming here and having them resurrect them for you. Purification will heal you of poison or other negative status effects. Vindication, there are some items that are cursed, and once you equip them, you can't unequip them. This removes that equipment for you. Also, if you come across cursed items, do not sell or get rid of them. You can remove the curse from them and make them very powerful. I'll show you how once we get the items for it. I also love how they don't really break the fourth wall in this game. Stuff that's referred to by the fourth wall is usually in yellow. Okay. There's more things we can do. Bookshelves, on occasion, will have books you can read. Old journal of some kind. The Great Rizzy finally reached Fairbury after a long and arduous journey. Welcome such a great sage to our town as a truly unparalleled honor. Long may the sage and his descendants stay in the town of Fairbury. Huzzah. They give you backstory and also teach you how to make certain things. The making of items I'll teach you how to do later. Okay. Pot lid. Oop. If you press start, you go into that menu, and you can talk to characters. Oh wait, he can't equip that. Youngest can. It's used as a shield. You come across those. We can make a key that'll open those later. Yeah. If you press R3, which is pressing down the right analog stick, you can go to a first-person view. You can also press R2 for that. This is one of the few games that actually have a day and night system. And if you stay outside long enough, it'll become dark, and you can actually watch the sun move across the sky and everything. I like breaking things. Probably a little horrible to say, but it's fun. I need a new headset. And certain things are affected by the time of day it is. Like, certain monsters will only appear at night, other monsters will appear during the day. Some monsters appear during both night and day. Alright, that insignia represents weapon shop. There is a weapon in there that I want to get for Masamune, but I can get that in a chest in a few minutes, so I'm going to save that for later. I recommend breaking every barrel, pot you find. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a few seconds. Also, roam everywhere. You'll really kick yourself, later if you don't. That's a house. Let's go in there. Also, like the fact this is one of the few games also that actually have houses for their residents. I mean, if you look at some games and you go into towns, there's only enough places for you to do what you need to do, or they have something in there for you. And there are more people in that town than there should be. Oops. This is one of the few places that actually have houses for almost everyone. And everyone else that work at shops like this sleep at their shops. Sometimes. This is a armor shop. As you can see, I have nowhere near enough for anything. No. Get used to that. Alright. 20, that'll give me 55, I don't want. I'll come back here later once I have more money. Anyway, the red shield represents armor, the blue crossed swords represent weapons, the quill, I think it is, represents item shop, and the inn represents the inn. Duh. Round. There we go. Yeah, I highly recommend going through every building and everything, just to get all the little stuff that are in these barrels and whatnot. This guy. It's precisely because we'd heard such fine things about this Calderasha fellow that we came all the way here. But it's utter rubbish. Calderasha, more like Balderasha. He's a useless layabout. If it's true that he was once great, it must have been a great many years ago. Now that changes from time to time, by the way. The books of non-interest. It'll happen later. Now the Phial of Holy Water, that will decrease likability being attacked randomly by a monster. Chimera Wings, they will instantly teleport you to a town you've been to previously. But you have to be outside for it to work. If you do it inside or in a cave, you actually bang your head against the ceiling. It's funny. Okay. Anything on here? Yep. Quarterly journal called King of Adventure. Get ready to head out on your first exciting journey into this wondrous world of ours. Here's a tip for all you novice explorers. On your travels, always keep an eye out for treasure chests in unexpected places. Who left them there? Who cares? It's finders keepers in the wild world of adventuring. Think of them as divine gifts from the goddess, placed there just for you. In any event, you'll find pretty interesting loot in treasure chests, so keep your senses sharp and your eyes peeled. He's actually right, you will find treasure chests everywhere, in the most random locations. And also in this game, it's not a god that they worship, it's a goddess, which I kind of like. Okay. As you can see, this is a burning house. Someone did something bad. That's a cat. It's a person. There's the old man. Another old man. Anyway, let's go sell some of this junk we have. The separate stick is the equivalent of a sword weapon, but it's so weak. It's weaker than the weapon I currently have. So I don't need it. Alright, don't need you. I don't need you. Everything else I need. Also, when you get a new armor for Yangus, to replace this bandaged grass skirt, keep the grass skirt. You'll need that later. Oh, no. Triangle. Same thing with Hero's bandana. When you get a new helmet. Anyway, here's the new stuff. Of course, I can't buy any of them. Couldn't buy them when I started the game either. As you can see, there are treasure chests back there too, but I believe they're locked. So let's go find out. Go around. Wait, here's the door. Now, some shops do close when it's night out. Yeah, they're all both locked. So keep an eye out for those. You can stay in the inn to make it day again if you want. There's a pub. I don't need to go to the pub just yet. Let's go through this door though. Sorry. There we go. I talked to him over here. Heh. I can't go through the little flap where the customers or the bartender goes through. So, what's in here? You probably see me doing this a lot when I go to a town for the first time. And there are a lot of towns in this game, which I kind of like. There we are. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have recognized close the art style of this game. It's a lot like the art style for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. There's a reason for that. The artist that did the art for Dragon Ball Z did the art for this game as well. Like in Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross as well. You'll see a lot more